All right. So, I want to talk about this because this actually really bothered me. So, I put this video up, I believe, yesterday on here. Excuse me. And up for like a solid 20 hours. I look at an email this morning and I've got like a copyright complaint. So I'm like, okay, this happens fairly often. Like not fairly often, but every once in a while I'll get like a copyright complaint. All right. So if I scroll through my videos on the side of my screen, I've gotten copyright complaints on like Ethan's videos. Well, not because of Ethan, it was because I watched like a Jordan Peterson video, but on like a video I talked about Ethan, but it was like Jordan Peterson, like another video from like just some random videos, like just random stuff. Keemstar has put them in on me. Trisha Paytas has put them in on me. Like I did a video about Keemstar. It was like, oh, why Keemstar's girlfriend left. But usually what will happen is that you'll submit it, and then it'll wait a few, like maybe a week or two, and then like it'll usually be released because it's a bullshit copyright claim. This didn't happen. Almost immediately after I contested the claim, they instantly responded by denying the claim and completely blocking the video. And the problem is that like as I read through here, if I contest these and I get them wrong, or they rule against my favor, then this turns into a content violation for my channel, and then I get suspended for a week. And like, to be honest with you, I want to fight it, but I feel like, I feel like so yeah, so this is what it says. The claimant has 30 days to respond to your appeal. Yeah, so an appeal is not the same as a dispute. If you already disputed the content ID claim, then if it was mistakenly upheld by the claimant, you can appeal the decision. Proceed if you're confident in the position. A claimant can either approve or reject the appeal, or let it expire, resulting in the release of the content ID claim. If they approve your appeal or fail to take action, the claim will be released, which lets you see the copyrighted material, lets you use the copyrighted material for your video. If they reject your appeal, the claimant can ask us to remove your video from YouTube, and you'll end up with a copyright strike. During this time, the policy of the claim may be temporarily lifted until your appeal is resolved. If both you and the claimant are attempting to monetize the video, we will continue to monetize through the disputes process, and once resolved, we will... Okay. The claimant can request for your video to be removed from YouTube either immediately or within a 7-day notice if they believe your claim is still valid. If this happens, you will receive a copyright strike. If your video is taken down and you still believe it's a mistake, you have the option to submit a counter notification. But either way, that results in like a week of me getting banned from YouTube. I had like a strike from before because I misspoke on like fucking COVID a while ago. So like we're at a point now where like I want to appeal this, but like I feel like if I do, like I literally cannot take a week hit. I mean, not for nothing, but December was a horrible month for me. I got COVID and then like the holidays, and I lost like a lot of money, and like obviously this is my career and I can't handle it. So all I'm gonna do is complain. There were two things. What bothers me the most is that they only claimed like five. Like I'm gonna look at the disputes. They claimed 2 parts of the video, and both parts were like 45 or a minute. They're like minute sections. It was when I reviewed this video here.
They're not able to get it.
Yo, shut up. The Brittany Renner confronts Fresh and Fit, and then over here when I talked about like the off the record with Brittany Renner, I made sure to comment on things that were only released on his channel. Okay, that's it. And I did it intentionally because if I watched his Spotify podcast, obviously that would be wrong. But no, I watched things he had on his own channel. To me, this is like him. This is one of them. It might be DJ Akademiks. It might be Fresh and Fit, working through DJ Akademiks because it was claims on whatever. Akademiks is shit. To try to like suppress what I'm saying because it's not positive of them. Because all three of them are fucking stupid when it comes to this situation. Like the insanity of these three is fucking, and it fucking blows my mind. I mean, these three are like, oh, we're real men, but when you get any criticism, even from a smaller content creator, it's a meltdown that they need to completely remove my video. The three of you are fucking pathetic, right? We have this video here of like, what's his face, Myron Games, the fucking the 30-something-year-old stuck on like his 16-year-old spot, like self, with a bodybuilding forms name, a literal meme sitting here, like can't even respond to basic questions and just putting down women. Then we have this situation here where this grown man is calling this girl a predator because she married a 20-year-old at 26 and had a baby, but she's a predator. She groomed him. because he knew who she was before because she was famous. You know how fucking stupid that is? You know how fucking dumb you have to be to just... Like, listen, I talk about this shit all the time. We talk about sexual assault and grooming and stuff all the time. And we talk about grooming as a very serious, intentional, methodical process that involves you trying to set somebody up for sexual exploitation. That's not what happened. Like, oh, if I fucking grew up knowing Lucy Lawless, who played Xena the Warrior Princess, and then I married her even though she's older than me, did I get groomed? No, I just knew who they were. It doesn't mean that you're actively grooming somebody. You know how fucking much of it, you're a brain-dead fucking moron. Like, it's insane. It's insane how stupid some of these people are. And like, but you pull my video down because I call you a fucking moron. You're claiming that she groomed somebody. Listen, you can pretend, you could say like, oh, she manipulated him. I doubt it. From what it seems like is that they fell in love, they got married, and they had a kid, and then he cheated on her and left. That's what happened. People are like, oh, she just wanted his money. She was fucking guys that make more money. She literally could have gotten a fucking baby from them if she wanted to, and she could have held them ransom for child support from your interpretation, but she didn't. She seems pretty credible. I mean, just the facts of the situation prove you wrong, but your inability to think critically is why this situation is happening. Because you just like, whatever, for whatever reason, it's acceptable for you to talk about this shit. You're equating her to like R. Kelly, who like raped children. Like you don't realize how fucking stupid you're being, right? Like you're being a fucking moron. I mean, it's insane. You know, it's just fucking insane. It's crazy. But if it was a 26-year-old man who dated a 20-year-old, it would have been a high five and a fucking thumbs up. It's like, it's insane. I don't understand. Okay, it's just, it blows the fuck out of my mind, bro. It's crazy, dude. It's just embarrassing for you guys. You guys are pathetic. You guys are like, you talk about how you're real men. You guys are fucking losers. You guys are nobodies. Okay, I know that you're famous, but you guys are not men by your own account. Men aren't people who advocate for other men to cheat on people. What I find the funniest fucking thing about this whole thing in here is this like incredibly cowardice game and like what their definition of a man is. Oh, high value man can fuck whoever they want. So you're a high value man, right? Hey, I'm a high valued man, guys. So I just want sex. Here's all I want with a woman, with some woman, right? So instead of saying I just want sex, or saying, hey, I just want a casual relationship, which is something that I used to do, and being very upfront about it so that you can have a casual relationship where you go out and you date. You know, because people do that. I used to go out and date with people and have sex, and it was completely mutual, and we knew about it. What you do is you say, hey, you go into like, oh, I'm going to date you. I'm going to go into like a serious dating relationship with you, right? This is what you do. You make the girl think she's seriously dating you when you're really just trying to engage in sex, and then the second that you can, you sleep with another person. That's pathetic loser shit. That's fucking losers do that shit. Oh, you like one of the things a real man is supposed to do is hold to their fucking word. How can you go around talking about high value man jerking yourself off like an absolute fucking beta male? And then, like, play this fucking manipulative game where you're like, I'm gonna date you seriously, but you really just want sex? How much of a, like, you must be an absolute fucking loser to not be able to say, hey, I want a casual relationship or just sex. You have to play manipulative games with people? Like, what? Why are you such a loser? Why do you have to be so dishonest? You guys are fucking dumb. You're children. You're not real men. And the second that a real man comes and fucking calls you out on your shit, you back down. You have no problem pulling a bunch of women onto your podcast and speaking shit about them because you're confident in like whatever community, the rap community or whatever, having absolutely ridiculous regressive ideologies. You're able to shit on a girl. But once another fucking man comes at you, you copyright strike their video with 8,000 fucking views because you're so threatened of the negative impact. Like, how embarrassing for you. How embarrassing is that? Like, you don't feel like maybe you're a fuck, like, how much of a fucking loser do you don't feel like I would be actually embarrassed? It's just pathetic. And you get to hide behind, well, I did it through a third-party company. Fuck you. If it was an automatic strike, it would have went like that every single time. Like, if I ever accidentally upload some kind of a video, and maybe I look at something that I wasn't supposed to. Let's say it's like something that was a re-upload from Spotify. Sometimes that happens, right? Like somebody re-uploads from Spotify and I watch it and I realize like, oh, that was a re-uploader who like wasn't really allowed to do that. Whatever. They instantly pull my shit down. When I put the video up, it says, hey, there's a copyright dispute on this particular thing. That means that it was like an automatic flag and it was something that I wasn't supposed to do and I didn't realize it. That's fine. Shit happens. But this was a whole day later and you decided to go and you decided to strike my channel after it came up. Like, that's a coward fucking game. Like, that's some loser shit. This stuff is fucking stupid, and it pisses me off, because, like, I literally, if I dispute this, and you guys decide to fuck, but you're going to do it anyway, you're to shut it down, I lose my channel for a week, and you get to sit there pretending you're a real fucking man while you sit there and jerk other men out. Oh my God, we're high value men, and you come all over each other. You sit there and you just jerk your dicks off in a fucking circle jerk, and then you come all over each other. You act like you're real fucking men when you're a bunch of cowards. This shit's pathetic. You're a fucking loser. All three of you, bro. I listened to this whole conversation. Embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if I said what he said. Bro, this is insane. This is just insane behavior. The fact that this is acceptable blows the shit through my fucking asshole. It pisses me off so much that I have to wake up and I have to deal with some fucking absolute dipshit moron like that, just sitting here that has absolutely, like, I don't even know why he's speaking, because he doesn't know a goddamn thing about anything. Copyright striking something that I'm saying to contest his dumb, brain dead fucking perspective. Like, that's what I have to put up with in the morning. You know, and then if I contest it, that's a lot of money out of my pocket, and I can't. Oh well, I gotta go fuck myself, which I'm assuming is what you're basically looking for. It's like, well, he's not going to be able to say anything. Well, I imagine you definitely can't copyright strike this video because I didn't watch any of your content. And we're looking at a picture right now, so it just pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off that you have a bunch of these guys are coming here saying dumb shit, going up with these male-only podcasts where they come in and they teach men to be worthless men. They're teaching men to be worthless men who can't control their fucking urges. They're teaching men to just be losers. Hey, you're a high-value man, so engage in like a marital type relationship, and then once that woman helps you become like a better version of yourself because you're a partnership that works on everything together, cheat on her with somebody else. That's some really great advice. What a fucking profound thing to say. You don't feel like a fucking idiot? Like a real man would just be like, oh, I just want to fuck. That's it. That's all you have to do. Go to a bar. Tell a girl you just want to fuck and you'll buy them a drink. And if they say, sure, I'll fuck you for a drink, there you go. Go engage in that relationship. But you're playing this fucking duplicitous game. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like really embarrassing because you can't, you have to lie about your intentions. It's fucking insane. And then you pull women on the thing. And, you know, listen, God bless them, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You make sure you choose women. There are probably more gold diggers, which is fine. You do you. And then you say, well, the 0.1% of the population of women that are gold diggers, that's all women. What? Like, why is it that you struggle to find real women that don't act like that? Why is it so hard? Why is it that you can only find women that value you for your money? That's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? Like, you're just such a worthless person that they don't want to actually have a conversation with you. I mean, I wouldn't either. I mean, I would have the conversation. Obviously, I would never be able to, because like that would just be complete social suicide for them. Because like, what are you going to do? Like, because I'm just going to fucking make you look like an idiot. But like, what's going on here? And then you have like and the worst part is, of all these dumb, regressive, like misogynistic, fucking brain dead things that you guys are just spewing out of your mouths on a daily basis, you can't even let people correct you or have their own opinion. How are you a man if you're fucking censoring people that criticize you? What? That's insane to me. That's loser fucking shit. You can't even let other people, in this case, another man, criticize you without having a meltdown and pulling the video down. It's embarrassing. What kind of a person are you? That's just like a sad thing. You don't feel embarrassed by that? I wouldn't be surprised, but like, dude, pathetic, honestly. Like, just embarrassing. You guys are embarrassing, bro. So this video is pulled down. I'll just give you a summary. This whole thing, like, good for Brittany Renner. I mean, people are like, well, she groomed the kid. Shut the fuck up. 26 years old, married to a 20-year-old. If it was a man, you'd be fucking so happy. You would probably do that. All the 26-year-old men that are sitting here and be like, yeah, but she groomed him. You would love to date a 20-year-old. But the second it's a fucking 26-year-old girl, the man's the victim instantaneously because he's younger. What? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me whatsoever. Like, the double standard is fucking incredible. Like, who gives a shit? He's a grown man at age of consent. And you want to know what? These people aren't thinking. There are people who say, like, listen, I think a relationship between a 26-year-old and 20-year-old might be inappropriate. Though people who are saying that, they're saying it fundamentally where they would raise age of consent. Fine. At least you're morally and, like, logically consistent. But these motherfuckers aren't talking about, hey, maybe we need to have a more nuanced conversation about age of consent because you don't fully develop in your brain till 25. That's a great perspective. Keep that consistent. But it's not the perspective. It's just when it comes to a woman, All a successful woman, all of a sudden it's this big fucking deal. And then you sit here and like, yeah, but she had a video where she talked shit about this. Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, he's 26-year-old dating a 20-year-old, got married, the fucking kid's his name, PJ Washington, like, the third, and then he cheated on her. Like, what the fuck? Anything to just, to validate a guy who cheats, apparently. He's a high-valued guy. Shut the fuck up. Because he has money? He's a high-value man? The guy's a loser. Okay? And you know what? He's a young kid. So he got into a relationship that he didn't want to be with the rest of his life. That's fine. We've been there. We've all been young. Part of life. It's just part of life, bro. It's just part of life. So, like, yeah, I'm not even going to blame him for leaving her. But playing up the victim complex and you guys feeding into it because of your fragile fucking masculinity, that's pathetic. That's so sick. It's insane how, like, the second a guy isn't in it doesn't have the power in a situation, all of a sudden he's the victim. The guy was younger, right? Because power dynamics exist across the board, right? We have power dynamics everywhere. You know, everything's a fucking, like, money's a power dynamic, right? Age is a power dynamic. These things, fucking strength is a power dynamic, right? There's so many power dynamics. When it's a guy that has all the money, is no problem. When he's the one with the fucking, when he's the older person, no problem. Because, you know, men just make better decisions than women fundamentally. So it's totally okay for a guy to have all the money and all the power. But the second that the guy doesn't have the age and there's an area where he may not have the power dynamic over the woman, it's a meltdown across the board. All of a sudden, men are fucking victims. Meanwhile, you have, like, Glendon Cameron running around at fucking 35 years old, like, and like publicly, like, he's proud of himself for raping 16 and 17-year-olds, saying that R. Kelly isn't is a victim, that he shouldn't have been fucking pulled down. Right? That's the guy. That guy's not a problem. The 35-year-old literally engaging in the rape of 16-year-olds, that's okay. But the 26-year-old marrying a 20-year-old who's consensual adults, that's a fucking problem. That's the biggest problem, bro. That is what's threatening the fucking world right now. Is older women dating younger men. That's, oh my God. That's the fucking that's devastating. How could this ever happen? She must be grooming him. You guys are dumb. You guys are fucking, like, you're the cowards. You're not real men. And I want you to be clear. I want to be clear. That doesn't make you women, right? You're not real men. You're fucking losers. You're boys. You're children. Like, you guys clearly have, like, it's just insane, bro. Because obviously the opposite of a man wouldn't be a woman in this situation. It's just a boy. It's a child. That's a regressive man, right? You guys aren't real men, bro. You sit here and you sit on your goddamn podcast. You bring people on to make them look stupid, to make yourself look intelligent by comparison. But the reality is if you pulled anybody on there that's remotely intelligent, they would fucking walk laps around you, right? Even as an obese 350-pound man, I could walk laps around you because you guys aren't smart, bro. And it's fine. Not everybody's greatest at everything, but you guys think that you are. And that's the problem, is that you guys are incredibly fucking stupid, but you think that you're smart, so it makes you feel even smarter. Because true people who are actually smart, they understand, like, when they fuck up. They sit back and they're critical of themselves. You guys just fucking talk. That's it. You guys just talk. You don't get any, like, negative feedback. And then the second that you do, oh, you must be triggered. You're just so triggered right now. Yeah, I'm triggered because a bunch of fucking cowardly men are going around teaching other men to be worthless, just as worthless as them. So, like, yes, I'm triggered. Thank you for triggering me. And go fuck yourselves.